Alright, well Norm has been begging for a chance to fight the superheroes. So, the superheroes are coming out, perhaps for the last time. But here's my superhero list. We've got Drago, 5 paladins with 2 of the flamers, Banner, Ward Stave, Feel No Pain. We've got a Land Raider Redeemer with a multi-melta. And I've got 5 more paladins, except with Psy Cannons, but other than that, pretty much identical to the other unit. With a Libby full of powers and a Ward Stave, and a Storm Raven that's got an Assault Cannon and a Missile Launcher. That's it for 1,850 points.
Alright, well I don't feel like I've got that much more, but here's my word bearer list. Got a Lord with Power Weapon and the Mark of Tzeentch. Some Obliterators, a couple units of Terminators, some Reaper Autocannons and Combi Meltas, a couple units of Chaos Space Marines, each packing a Meltagun, and a unit of Noise Marines with Blastmaster and Sonic Blasters, a unit of Chosen with 3 Meltaguns, Unirhino, a unit of Plague Marines with 2 Plasma Guns and a Power Fist, and a Trusty Defiler with a Havoc Missile Launcher and Reaper Autocannon, because I didn't know better when I built it. Alright, we'll see what I can do.
Alright, Norm's deployed. He's got the Chosen and a squad of Plague Marines up front, his 2 troops in the back. He's got the Noise Marines hidden behind that hill, a Blitz on the hill, a Defiler back here, some Terminators. On the other hand, have a Land Raider with Drago sitting over here, and a Storm Raven with the Libby inside and his squad. The mission we rolled up is Pitched Battle, and there are 4 objectives, with the objectives being right there, here, here, and inside the ruins over there. So, pretty much if you look at the whole table, most of the objectives are sort of centered over here, toward where Chaos is leaning. So, alright, well I'm going to attempt to seize. No. Alright, Norm begins turn 1. Okay, this is actually going to be the top of turn 2 coming up, but at the end of turn 1, Norm moved up Pop Smoke with his vehicles, took a long-range shot from a Defiler all the way to where the Storm Raven was deployed, and missed. I, in turn, flat-outed the Storm Raven, moved the Land Raider up and Pop Smoke, and with one lucky missile shot, getting through the cover, I end up wrecking the Defiler. And we'll move on to turn 2.
Another good turn.
Well, after Norm's ferocious shooting, his autocannon managed to pen the Storm Raven despite my 3+ cover save and knock the Assault Cannon off. But the 3 Meltaguns from the Chosen, due to the smoke, ended up doing no damage to the Land Raiders. So, not looking great at the moment for Chaos as far as damage output, but we'll see what bottom of 2 brings. Well, after a Grey Knight turn, Drago plus the Redeemer ended up immobilizing the Chosen's ride and killing the Chosen. And the Libby and his squad got out to kill a Terminator unit, but failed to consolidate too well, so they only got an inch, so they're kind of stuck out in the open. But we'll see what turn 3 brings for the Chaos Army. Well, a bit more action here on turn 3. There's a big scrum up here. The Termies and a squad fired everything into the Paladins, and luckily the Meltas weren't hitting, only killing 1 of them. Termies charged in just to deny me some attacks, but it ended up getting them butchered. But that green is where 1 Paladin used to be, and this giant crater is where the Storm Raven used to be. The Obliterators lit it up, so over here Drago took some shots, but no damage. So, on to the bottom of 3. Extremely bloody turn 3. Paladins in the trees here, although they failed to really do much with their shots and failed to make the charge, so the Noise Marines survived. They're staring down the Obliterator's guns. Libby here, Warp Rifted, Got the Rhino so it couldn't shoot. Killed a few guys. Barreled in there and only killed a couple. Wrecked this Rhino. Drago made the assault and took 2 wounds for his troubles though, and killed 3 warriors, and that was it. This Rhino is wrecked, and this squad of paladins here disembarked. Failed to do anything to the Rhino. So we'll see what happens top of 4. Okay, Chaos. Turn 4. All the shooting from the Obliterators and the Noise Marines netted 0 wounds. The Plague Marines did 0 wounds to the Paladin squad, but the Twin Link Bolter from the Rhino did 2 to the squad. In melee, Drago whiffed and did absolutely 0 wounds and took 1 in return, so he's got 1 left. The Libby also took a wound and killed 1. So not a great turn for the heroes, but we'll see what happens now, the bottom of 4. Okay, Paladins here blew up the Plague Marines ride. Immobilized a Rhino here from the Land Raider, but my shooting netted me 0 deaths again. Paladins failed to close an assault. Libby killed 1, and Drago, that green skull is where he used to be. He failed another 2+ armor and failed to do any damage in return. So Drago was kind of a flop. But we're moving on to turn 5. Okay, Norm's turned it around here. Shot, killed a Paladin. The squad then broke, so they are fleeing. His Meltagun in this squad here just blew up the Land Raider, and the Libby continues to stay locked up in melee. So we're going to go to the bottom of 5, and it's looking tight. The objectives, there's going to be 1 here that I'm going to have a hard time contesting, 1 back there, and 1 underneath this pile of Plague Marines. So we'll see what happens bottom of 5.
It's basically been this front right through here. Just
between shooting and melee, the Plague Marines are wiped out, so the Paladins will be holding an objective. These Paladins are still breaking, but their shooting at least plugged a couple Chaos Marines. And the Libby took out that last champion, and we'll let Norm here roll to see if the game ends. If it ends right now, it's a draw.
Nope.
Oh, the game continues. Okay, well, we'll see what happens now at the top of 6. Okay, Norm's made a break for it. His Marines here are going for the objective. His Lord came in to this Paladin squad, feeling pretty juiced up after killing Drago, and the Paladins luckily got 1 through and insta-killed him. The squad's still broken. Shooting netted him a dead Paladin from the Obliterators, and the Libby survived the shooting onslaught from the Noise Marines. So his Noise Marines moved over to that objective. So pretty much there's an objective there that he's got. He might have that, I don't know. And I've got the one under the crater, so see what happens here, bottom of 6. Okay, bottom of 6. Squad of Paladins falling back, fired their Psy cannons, took out those pesky 2 Marines up on the hill. Libby then decided to just assault this Rhino and wreck it, even though it was nothing but a box. And these Paladins here, the 4-pack, have moved probably to contest range here, and will still probably hold that objective, which is slightly under that crater there. And we'll let Norm roll here again to see if the game ends.
No.
Does not. So on to 7.
Alright.
Okay, well, Norm shot his 3 Obliterators, and we actually completed the game. He killed 2 of the Paladins, forcing them to fall back to here. But then the 1 lone Paladin auto-regrouped and moved up to the objective that's underneath the crater. These 4 guys took the shots from the Noise Marines, moved up to contest that objective, essentially making it 1-0. Barely. The superheroes pulled it off. with the lone paladin able to regroup over on this objective. Really close game. That was actually a lot of fun, but a lot tighter than I thought it was going to be after the first couple turns of Norm rolling so bad. But Drago pretty much whiffing in the center switched it around to being a tight game. So it was a good game, and hope you guys enjoyed it.